Alberto standing on his head. I know him, gosh, I don't know. How long? I don't know, 20 years I've been running.
I know him since I came to the country.
I mean, I know him so many years, I just know everything. Yeah, since 1972, 73.
Well, good to see you. How are you?
Very good.
I don't know, it's God's will that I always live near the park. I only live 3 blocks away from the reservoir. I happen to love this park. You'll be surprised how many thousands of people utilize this park, especially the last several years. I came when I was 19. Yeah. But in Puerto Rico, since I was 9 years old, I was into boxing and playing baseball and swimming. I was an athlete, you know? And then when I was 19, I came to New York to look for a job. And I work in the financial section of New York, 25 Broadway. I used to work there. I worked for 43 years before I retired.
Ring the bell and make a wish. And don't tell Mama you wish.
I eat from heaven, from the air. People don't understand that in the air is nutrition. I open my mouth. I learned that in Puerto Rico when I was a kid. With the circulation. Good morning.
Hi. Thank you.
How you doing?
Hey, how's it? Morning. Great day, huh?
I tell everybody you're the mayor of the park, Albert. And I miss seeing you. Sometimes I want to come up here just to say hello. Well, I had a baby.
Yeah,
My wife had a baby.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what happens, then you don't get to run as much.
So you're looking great.
I'm hanging in there. I hope I look like you when I'm
86.
86. My God. You know, it's amazing. You're an inspiration to people.
What a beautiful day. You know, the day of the disaster, you know? I was here, I could see the smoke coming over there.
Really?
All the smoke over there.
Right.
You know, that was September 11th. You know, it was beautiful day like today, you know?
Yeah.
And I saw clear that, you know, and all the smoke was over, was going the other way, you know?
Right. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Well, I think everybody needs to run more than ever now because everybody's holding their breath since that happened, you know, and this lets everything just go, you know. So. Anyway, Al, it's good seeing you. I got to run.
Okay, good to see you.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Oh, the day of the disaster, it happened, that was a beautiful day, it was election day, and I went and I voted, and when I came out, there was nobody here. People, you know, it was such a beautiful day, but I met only a couple of people on the other side, and we talked about the disaster, and we talked, you know, it affected me, you know, it affected me because the Twin Towers belong in New York. You know, New York, without the Twin Towers, is something missing there. So that's Mayor Coaches in the book. You saw me with my mouth open, breathing inhale. That picture with my mouth open is going to appear in the book. You know, they make a book called Characters of New York, and I'm going to be in the cover. Did I tell you that? I didn't tell. You see, in New York City there are 8 million people, and they only want 66 for this book. And the cover is me. 66 people, only Mayor Coaches in the book too, behind me. And you know, she photographed me because that I do all the time. You know, sometimes when I'm hungry, I kill my hunger by breathing like that. You know, and I asked her, why don't you put a better picture, you know, with my mouth shut? He said, no, this is because you see everything that I have been doing here. So I've been doing, that's my routine. That's, you know. And sometimes I stay here with nobody around. Swallow, you know.
I love it. I love it. Oh, you look great, Alberto. Keep it up. Well, you're an inspiration to all of us. I tell you, you have to keep it up.
Okay,
you're the spirit of New York.
Okay, every time I see you, I wake up. Okay, you have a good day. And this is my lunch hour in Battery Park. That was my lunch hour, skipping rope. Everybody else was drinking coffee and playing cards and smoking. I used to run from the Battery Park to 34th Street and back. 6 miles, 3 miles and 3 miles. My boss, he told me I'm embarrassing. I was a stenographer in 2 languages, bookkeeping, accounting, correspondent, typist. And I had no union. They had classified me as typist clerk. And I was doing executive work, but I was being clipped, you know. All these problems, you know, I am proud of it, you know, because this to me is a different Harvard or Yale, you know. People go to Harvard, Yale, they become lawyers, they become this, they open their minds. But I learned something that they don't teach in Harvard or Yale, and that's how real life is. Terrible things happen to me, you know. Right, you know, one day I was here, I went home in shorts. I went to my hotel, and when I was there, they said, you don't live here no more. Doing the same thing, not only to me, they did that to all the tenants. They had closed the doors, and they had remove everything that belonged to me, my toothbrush, my dirty socks, my shoes, all shoes, my television, everything that belonged to my mother's picture, the pictures in the wall, everything was taken away. And because people in greed, they want to make millions of dollars, you know. You see this article, trashing all people, it's all about me, what they did to me. That's in the New York Times. Because of me, they changed the law. I helped change the law against attacking the old people, you see. Over here, tell you. They gave me $33,000 to get out, exiting with $33,000, but not quietly.
How are you? Nice to see you.
A beautiful day.
Beautiful.
And you have to be happy with nothing. I'm gonna buy a paper doll that I may call my own, a doll that other fellows can steal. And when the flirty guys with the flirty eyes will have to flirt with dollies that are real. When I come home at night, she will be waiting. She will be the truest doll in all of this world. I'd rather have a paper doll that I may call my own than have a true life boxy called girl. Alberto Arroyo. Arroyo, A-R-R-O-Y-O, Alberto Arroyo. The media and the newspaper, they gave me the name of the mayor of Central Park. You know? But actually I don't vote. You know, I'm not a politician. You know, I'm non-political. Jose Aldo, how you doing? All right, okay. You know, I don't want to vote against somebody because sometimes I might pick the wrong guy. I see so many people who have everything, you know, and get in so much trouble, and, you know. It happened, I picked Nixon once, and then I voted for Nixon, and then I felt like a fool, you know. I prefer to be the victim than to be the aggressor, you know what I mean? And then since then I went, hey, gorgeous, okay. So we are all the same. I don't care who you are, Japanese or Chinese, you know, human beings. We breathe the same air, you know, and we all have the same, and I believe in, you know, in being, you know, the life is too short to be looking for, you know.
Mwah. Mwah. We've known each other for 23 years.
Let me see your beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you? You know, I see how other people live, because I see in television so many 15 rooms and beautiful this and beautiful chandelier. To me, that's nothing. You know, he's for. This is my air condition. You know? This is my air condition. I go like in a trance myself, because she's there, I am here, and I'm not doing anything. I feel an energy come from behind me, and that's it makes my hands move. You know what I mean? You need a massage? Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of lonely people in New York, and they come up here, you know, and if they don't have a sense of community, you know, he's here all the time, so there's constancy for some people.
Greatest runner in the world. How you doing? How you feel? Just keep out and say hi.
Okay.
How you feel, all right?
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
No,
Great runner.
Okay.
How do you know?
Huh? Listen, I respect this guy and I admire this guy, because if he's out here doing it every day, there's no excuse why I can't do it every day. Right?
So he inspires you.
He inspires me. He's the greatest. Take care.
Okay.
Have a nice evening.
Okay,
Bye.
have a good day. Okay. Here, a lot of people say, you the man 55 years ago running up in Broadway. You know, quite a few people remember me from, you see, I was only an amateur, you know. I was a fanatic of boxing, you know. I was mostly a gym fighter, you know. I used to go to see my gym and work out with the professional fighters, you know. Pedro Montañez from and Sister Cobal from my hometown, you know. And I used to go there, and the fighter is the one who told me to come here, you know. You see, if you run this 16 times, it's almost a marathon.
26 miles?
16
times is like
you go
about...
around 16 times here.
I see it, because it's almost 2 miles.
This is 1.6.
Right.
1.6. You multiply 1.6 by 16, you come to almost a marathon.
16 times around, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many times did you do it?
I used to like maybe 8 times. I like to do 10 miles, 10, 12 miles. That was my distance, you know what I mean? When I came here, I used to run in boots, heavy boots.
Boots, yeah.
And we used to run in the bridle path, and we used to sing. Tierra querida, donde mi vida terminaré. Bajo tu amparo no hay desengaño. Pasan los años, se olvida el dolor. So then, before I knew, 4 people joined me, you know. I am one of the first runners here. You know, in fact, when I came in 1935, nobody ran in Central Park. I ran in the first marathon when I was 54. I was 54 years old in 1970. And there were 127 runners. And the mayor was not there, and no balloons, and no music, nothing. You know, only 127 runners. 55 finished. The marathon is standard, 26 miles, 385 yards. You see, for example, people say marathon, 10 miles. That's not a marathon, that's a race.
You walked away to the face of God at sunrise. When the birds started singing, we'll carve your name in the stone, let trees and flowers surround you. I feel like a child again right now, and so much older than I know. I'm meant to give the tenderness I feel for you to everyone. Love everyone, 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 love everyone.
New York, Central Park. Automated weather observation 1754 Zulu. Wind 110 at 07. Visibility 1/4. Snow, freezing fog. Sky condition overcast 900. Temperature -04 Celsius. Dew point -06 Celsius. Altimeter 3037. Remarks. Thunderstorm information not available.
You know, these weather people, they say something and nothing happens. Last week, every day, they says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday it's going to be raining. So I came, Monday was not raining, Tuesday was not raining, today's not raining. They predict and then it all doesn't work, you know?
Temperature -04 Celsius. Dew point -06 Celsius. Altimeter 3037. Remarks. Thunderstorm information not available.
there are things that were so important to you, you know, that at the end, they mean nothing. We're eager to this, we have an appointment and we go crazy and we want to go on vacation and we were crazy for going on vacation and this and that. And after we come from vacation, it's nothing. You know, a lot of people tell me, before I start to tell you Jamaica, they tell me, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, they have beautiful beaches and everything. But then at night I feel lonely, you know. 2-3 days, I want to come back. You know, one time I was in Puerto Rico lying in the beach. I was lying in the beach, San Juan. And somebody came with the daily news and sat next to me reading the daily news. On the front page was a photograph of New York City, a blizzard in New York City. And when I look at that in the daily news in Puerto Rico, I said, my God, what I'm missing. I wish I was in that blizzard, you know what I mean? But people don't like humidity, dampness, drizzle, rainy, fog. People dislike that, and I thrive on that. You see, my father, my mother, my brother, they never saw temperature under 70 some degrees. You see, in New York, I have seen 2 degrees, 5 degrees. Now, this is where I was born, Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. See, I was born in the 2-story high house there. That's where I grew up. This is my family here. My mother picture. This is my sister and my mother here. That's me and my brother. You know, I swallow through my nose, you know, because I remember, you know, my mother, when I was a kid, in the morning, my mother in Puerto Rico, we have windows that you open like this, you know. And my mother, every morning, she said, let the grace of God get in. You know, and you see the sun come in and the air. And here you open, when I'm here, I remember that, let the grace of God get into me, you know what I mean? My grandfather, on the mother's side, he was the mayor of a town called Lares. Next to my town, Aguadilla, it's a town Lares. And he was the mayor of Lares. And in his home, he had like a big altar there, you know, life-size images in his mansion where he used to live. And since I was a young boy, they put me as altar boy in my hometown. And I used to play the bells in church, and I used to go to the cemetery. Somebody died, I used to go with the priest to the cemetery and I help at the mass. So I had not been there in many years now. And then my mother passed away, my father passed away, my brother passed away. I have only one sister in Puerto Rico. But I keep in touch with my sister, you know. I write to her every week. I call her on the phone, you know.
Yeah, because he and I are the same. We have a lot in common. We both are here when it's raining and love it. There are certain people who are here for the beauty and nature, and then there are the diehards. He and I agree there's nothing more beautiful than when it's raining here. I run when it snows, I'm out. The reservoir is gorgeous in the snow. It's the best place to be. He's here in the rain, I'm here in the rain. And that's, you know, how we met, is that we have that in common. It's not only today if it's sunny, or we both feel the same way about New Yorkers are lonely and runners, and why don't they talk and say hello? So of course we said hello immediately to each other because that's what he and I do.
They come from Africa, from Germany, from all over the place. And it's good to somebody say hello and talk to you.
Oh, that's terrific. I'll tell my friends in South Carolina that your story.
Where are you from?
Holland.
Oh, Holland. Yeah, a lot of people came from Netherlands.
Almost 1,000.
Yeah,
Almost
a lot of
1,000.
people. I just talked to and they call me Roaring Pioneer. And
would you mind if I have a photograph together? Yeah. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one as well then.
Puertorriqueño. Esto no para Puerto Rico, que yo soy el primer corredor aquí en Central Park. 64 años, yo fui que empezó el primer corredor. Bueno, lo que sucede es que yo en Puerto Rico yo era un amateur boxeador. Y yo vine a Nueva York en 1835 y me fui al Stillman Gym y allí estaba entrenando Pedro Montañez.
Track for 5 or 6 years, Al will sort of nod because he walks in, you walk clockwise, and people run counterclockwise. So you see, so after about 5 years, Al will give you a nod, and after a few more, maybe 7 years, he'll give you a wave, and then I remember the morning you finally said, "Beautiful day." You can be having the worst morning possible, and I'll be up there saying, "Beautiful day."
This is the temple.
I always knew it as the South Gate, but now I'll think of it a little differently.
Okay. It's a South Gate, but you know to what? The South Gate to the temple. Heaven. That's what it is.
Ten, 11. 10, 11.
10 minutes and 11 seconds to go around?
My record is 9:45.
Mi Buenos Aires querido, cuando yo te vuelvo a ver, no habrá más penas ni olvido.
And then he introduced his temple, his ministry is the reservoir, and he converted us.
My family. Mens sana in corpore sano, which means a healthy mind in a healthy body. That's for antiquity, you know, people does believe. Without that, everything else is worthless. Alberto Arroyo, Mayo, September 20, 1993. This is Freddy Bo and me here. This is the Puerto Rico parade, you know. And this here, I was given an honor by the Central Park Conservancy because I raised, this here getting the plaque, because I raised $100,000 for the track.
Without him, we wouldn't have everything at the reservoir.
Right.
It's a fact.
Right.
Great.
Okay,
All right, buddy.
Mike.
Look good. You got the haircut?
Yeah.
Feeling
I'm
good?
going to
Your
the
knee?
pasta party now.
We both got the same thing, bad knee.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
I ran a marathon in '93.
Okay, Mike.
See you later.
See, it cracks sometimes, you know what I mean? You see, I say, why me? You know, everybody else is able to walk. They haven't. All right. Well, I have been unable to run for about 5 years. Before that, you know, I was, you know, gradually I was cutting short, you know. Today is 62 degrees out here. You know, when you see the moon and the sun at the same time, that's the perfect weather. You know? That's a fact. The sun and the moon at the same time. You know? And it's the best. You know, I swallow that. You know, make it strong, invigorating. You know? I never have enough of the fresh air. Yeah, that's great. I can see the moon, the sun. When you're smiling, the whole world will smile with you. When you're laughing, the song becomes true.
You know Alberto?
What you do now?
Well, are you something you want or something? No, a couple of weeks in the school after I was looking for trouble.
How you doing?
What is it, 85?
Huh?
85 this side.
85th Street?
85.
East or west?
West.
West.
Yeah.
Oh, español.
No.
This
English.
For English. No, you want 85th Street and west side.
West side, yeah, this side.
Is this kind of a practice thing or is this business?
A little of both.
You know, the police is going diving in there, you know?
What's that?
The police was scuba diving over here.
When, today?
Just now. Maybe it's still
Really?
They
Oh,
were
I
look-
see their trucks, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that.
They're not there.
They're not here?
I see you're a
You already
frog
left?
man. You're a frog man? with
I'm the
park?
frog man,
Or is
yeah.
that your hobby?
That's my hobby inside the reservoir.
Is that right? You work
Yeah.
in the reservoir?
No, I don't work in the reservoir. I play in the reservoir.
I know him when he was single, you know? He used to be, I know him. Major Coach, Fairly Bow and me, that went all around the world. This Bill Cosby.
What did Bill Rogers do?
This is Anthony Quinn. I used to run with him. So he dedicated me this, Anthony Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm running with her. Like Jackie gets enough from her long running pal, you know. They mentioned me here that I I'm happy for her, you see, the article. And this is Jackie, and that's me here.
At the reservoir, walking around the reservoir, the Jackie O.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Jackie Kennedy, you see, you know, for 5 years I didn't speak to Jackie. She come this way and I go that way for 5 years. She come this way and I go. And one day, I don't know, you're distracted, and you smile, she smiled at me, and I come over and I says, I know who you are, but I don't want to disturb you, that's why I just pass by, you know what I mean? And she told me, yeah, I see you, and every time when I see you at a distance, I feel safer. I feel safer. Jackie is one of the people who tell me they feel safer, you know? In fact, I belong to the safety patrol, the Roadrunner Safety Patrol. That's why I always go the opposite way. And if I see something peculiar, I report it.
I've seen this gentleman for years and years. He knows everybody by sight. He's really a terrific guy. He gives everybody a feeling of security around them. You know, he's always there, and when the ladies run alone, he's there. So it's very reassuring.
I remember that she said she looked a little bit sick, you know. She was with her companion, Maurice Templeton. And I remember that I asked her, Jackie, you have been in Hawaii, you have been in Greece, you have been in Puerto Rico, you have been all over the world, in Mexico. What is the best country that you like, your favorite country? And she smiled at me and she said, well, what's wrong with this country? You know, meaning that the United States is also a good country. Yeah? She was make a joke out of it. What's wrong with this guy? There's nothing wrong with this country. So, and then that was the last time I spoke to her. I'm the last person photographed with Jacqueline Kennedy. 6 days before she died, she came here, she sat there, she was very ill. 6 days later, she was dead. Hey, how's that, my friend?
Good to see you.
How's that, Mr. Wright?
It's been too long.
Okay, good.
Some of the images are fading a bit, but you know what? I think they look great. You know the black and white ones that we did?
Yeah.
They've got a nice sepia tone to them.
Yeah.
They look, the age looks good.
Still, they look good. The picture there in the window, that's Robert Jr. He's the son of Robert Kennedy.
When I come to the reservoir, and those portraits that are up there probably mean more to me than most of my other work, which is commercial. This isn't commercial work. It's about New York and giving something back to the city. New York's been very good to me for 20 years. So I was just strolling through the park, and he's always here. He's nearly always here. I mean, I could have been hit or miss, and here he is. And I only have 10 minutes. I have to go pick up my son and play baseball. So.
But that means you spend a lot of time in the park too. If you know he's here all the time, that means you're here all the time.
Well, I used to live right over at 84th and Park, and so this is my local area in the park. I think everyone has a certain access to go into the park, and I come in right through the gates there where Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis' home was. And I heard they were going to call this Lake Jacqueline. Is that right?
Yeah.
That was her last request.
That was John Kennedy Jr.
To call it Lake Jacqueline.
They went to Peter Malone and they decided to,
Well, there was a certain, she said there was a certain serenity that she felt, you know, from her view from her apartment overlooking this lake. It gave her peace and solace after what the assassination in the 60s. That's what John said, Junior, I believe. All right, I'm going to get on down the road.
Okay, John.
Good to see you, man.
Always good to see you.
Always. Pleasure. Okay, best to you. Take care.
Okay, John. Always good to see you.
I came to New York last month from Colombia. I'm from Colombia. I'm studying here at NYU. No, I like the change because Colombia is the most violent society in the world. I love it. I found New York pretty safe, but very commercial. The advertisement. The wild capitalism.
Yeah, about 4 years ago we caught 4 guys here. About 14, 16. You know what? They were punching the women, hitting the women in the face. And I reported it. We called the police, and we caught the guys, 4 guys. They were playing hooky from school,
Yesterday I walked a Japanese guy. You know that Japanese guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I took him down to the Cleopatra's Needle, from there to Belvedere Castle. From there I walked him through the Ramble. Hi, Barrett. Anyway,
30 degrees.
Life is awesome.
Yeah.
Life is unbelievable. I mean, I could not have imagined this kind of freedom and this kind of bravery when I was 25 and I did some brave things.
You finished?
Yeah.
So go home.
You know, good.
Come here for 10 minutes.
I think Central Park does a big job conserving people.
Sure. So you feel better because of your run?
Yeah. Always do. That's
running.
the saving grace.
Yeah. That's the way I feel about Central Park too. When I come in here and I leave, I feel better.
I think
even
that
if
a
I
lot
don't
of
run.
people, but you see the vast majority of people are so caught up in the treadmill of the rat race that they don't take time to think, because if they did, that would open up a Pandora's box to see what a folly it all is. I mean, it sounds like a 60s discourse, but it isn't. That's really the truth.
When you say it, folly,
folly, just the whole system.
The whole system.
The whole.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people
just
realize
to
that.
kill
Sure.
yourself and this and always fighting for the dollar, chasing the fucking
Sure.
dollar. He's taking this.
A system based on.
No, mijo, porque yo digo cosas que son controversiales. Me pueden meter preso.
Nada.
Coño.
No.
Huh? No, really?
No problem.
Oh,
You
coño.
see, the whole system is based on greed.
That's it.
It's as simple as that.
That's it.
It's all based on greed and acquisition.
Yeah.
When I was a young boy in Puerto Rico, I come from a pretty good family, One of in my family that I was very proud of, her name was Doña Ana Roque de Duprey. She was born in the city of Aguadilla, Puerto Rico in 1853. Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, that's where I was born, Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Ana Roque was able to read, write, and solve elementary problems of arithmetic at the age of 3. At the ripe old age of 11, Ana Roque de Duprey was a supplementary teacher in one of the few schools that we had in Puerto Rico at that time. She also wrote a book on the botany of the Antilles and many other books, pamphlets, and papers, including 32 novels. Ana was perhaps the only woman in Old San Juan who had a telescope on the roof of her house. Her researches in astronomy was recognized by the Astronomical Society of France Ana Roque was instrumental in bringing to Puerto Rico the first currents of the women's rights movements. Ana Roque Duprey was one of the most remarkable women ever born in Puerto Rico. My aunt, she was a hell of a woman. And I was proud of her. You know. In Puerto Rico, I met a girl on the beach, and I was doing athletic, running and jumping all over the place. You know, I was always on the beach. And one day I saw a beautiful girl, blue eyes, and all dressed in white with a cap and a badge here in the cap. She was like a nurse. You know what I mean? She was a nanny. I said to her, why don't you come swimming tomorrow? She says, not tomorrow, Thursday is my day off. I'll come and I swim with you in the beach. Yeah? So Thursday came, at 2 o'clock, she came with a bag, brown bag, with some apples and bananas, you know. And then we ate, you know, and we were swimming in the beach, you know, having a good time. And then after we sat, we were a little bit tired, and I lay in the sun like this on my stomach. Yes. And she lay on her stomach there, to my left. And after a few minutes, I grab her and I kiss her in the lips. And you know, she goes a little bit startled, you know. And I said, well, in my mind, I said, I shouldn't have done that. But you know what she did? She had here in the ring, in her fingers, she had a very heavy gold, solid gold, thick gold ring with 3 rubies. And she did it like this and removed her finger and put it in my finger here. And she says, you are the first man who kissed me. You are the first man who ever kissed me. I've never been kissed. Because she comes from Bavaria, a small town in Bavaria. So that was the start, you know. Then we became in love and this and that. And I says, I go to New York to get a job in New York. And then I bring you to New York. I tell you, I says, in New York, there was, how you call, depression. Over here I was making $14 a week, you know. And so how can I bring somebody, you know, get married $14 a week, right? So anyhow, this girl one day wrote to me a letter that her mother was dying of cancer, stomach cancer, in Germany. So I quit my job and I went to Puerto Rico to say goodbye to her. Right? So she went in the ship for Germany, you know. The ship stopped in Spain, and then in Spain she took a plane to go to Germany. So when she left, I was in Puerto Rico then by myself. And I still remember her.
Then you met a woman in the hotel, right? Did you help fill up? Did you care for her too?
Yeah, I met a woman. I used to go to the same restaurant, Chinese restaurant, every day, the same time. I take the subway in the morning, she's taking the same train back. I go to the park, I see her in the park. I go to the movie, I see her, because she was divorced twice. She used to see me too, she saw me. Viola. She didn't want to commit, you know. She feels more sorry for me than for herself.
Why?
She means, we had after 43 years. You know, you get attached to people, right?
Yeah,
so, true. You know, friends, we are neighbors and friends, you know. This is that's what I call like a soul mate. You know, somebody you can trust and you know, help you through life, you know what I mean? with advice and things like that. So I asked her if I should go to the reception, for the museum, like a runner, like a runner, or should I dress up like everybody else is going to be dressed up? So she told me I should dress up. You know what I mean? I know that every time I go against her advice, I get into trouble. But this time, I have asked a lot of people, and they tell me I should go like I am, like a runner. That's who I am. That's how I dress for so many years. People will not recognize me. If I put a tie and a jacket, people will not recognize me. My boss is a sculptor in the City of New York Museum, like I told you, It's not always in exhibition. Only when there's a marathon, something to do with race, they put my bust, my sculpture down for exhibition, Hello, John. Coming from the nursing home.
Ah, you visit your friend.
Yeah, I went to the nursing home to see my friend, But now she's 2 years. She's in the nursing home. She got old. So I miss her, I feel lonely now. It's better somebody's near you. So you can say it's going to rain today, rain tomorrow, It's better, when you're by yourself, it's not good, You see, especially when you get older, the bad part of being old is loneliness. Jose Aldo, somebody wrote a Spanish book. I never read it. I wish I read that book. La vida es sueño por Calderón de la Barca. The author is Calderón de la Barca. So, la vida es sueño means life is a dream. And I wish now, someday if I can find the book, I'd like to read it because I heard about that when I was a kid. The years go so fast, it's unbelievable. But, there's nothing that you can do about it. This is New York, 4 weeks ago, 3 o'clock, there was no sun here. The sun there was gone. And look, now it's 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and still sunny here. You're lucky you live 70 years. And 70 years is like a dream. I remember when I was 34 years old, when I went to work in Bethlehem Steel. 34 years old, and I'm 50 years later. Life is a dream. So I'm happy when I'm in my dreams, because reality makes you unhappy. I love to dream. You can change things in your mind. You can see the world in a different way,
Sweetest man at the reservoir.
Good morning. He ran too fast. He burned himself out. It is an honor and a privilege to walk for this earth for 70 years or more. We are all afraid of the unknown. I choose to believe that the moment we die, we are born again. It is wise to accept what we cannot change. Alberto Arroyo. The roof is terrific. I'm sorry I waited so many years, but now that I see it's a big difference.
My back is bent. I wanna crawl inside myself and wait for spring or summer. My coat is black and long, like the wings of a raven. The winter's night's falling in my soul. My heart is frozen, and I know. And then to give the tenderness I feel for you to everyone. Love everyone, love everyone, love everyone, love everyone.
Hey, hi.
How are you? Good to see you. Great to see you. You look great. How are you feeling?
Great.
Good.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful.
I'm going to the pasta party now. I don't see you for a while.
I know. Keep up the good work.
Okay.
Feel
Okay,
good.
always a pleasure. Many more years. Huh?
Yes. You don't age. You look wonderful.
Okay.
Be well.
Okay.
You look good with the medal.
All right.
Love everyone.